What's up, YouTube? Sorry, everybody. I haven't been posting too much content lately. I was going through some shit. I had to put my one cat down, and it's been kind of rough. So I just been kind of laying back and just going through the emotions. But I plan on going camping tomorrow, and it might even do a 2-nighter. Since I don't have to worry about my sick cat anymore, I don't have to worry about making it home the very next day to make sure he didn't pee outside the litter box and all that good shit. So it sucked at the very end, man. My little dude couldn't even walk, man. I felt so fucking bad. I got up that morning and I thought he was going to pass away the night before. He was in that bad of shape. I mean, he was on death's door. I got up the next morning and I heard some shuffling, and I go out there and he's in the kitchen dragging himself around. I'm like, I can't do it no more. This is no quality of life for him. So I did what I didn't want to do, but I had no choice. And I put my little buddy down. So yeah, I've been dealing with some of the emotions. Never realize how attached you are to your pets until they're like not there. The cat had such a big mouth, he'd always talking to you, and it's like every time I'd walk in the house, he'd just be there to greet me. Meow, meow. It's like, dude, okay, I got you. Meow. So as soon as I walk in the door from camp, and they'd want their kitty cat treats, but no, I don't have that. So that's why I haven't been posting content, because I've just been going through a lot. But I'll be back to at it tomorrow. What's up, Dunya? Welcome. Yeah, I'll be back to camping tomorrow, and I'm gonna try to do a 2-nighter. And hello, everybody. Hello. Doing a little live. I got a doctor's appointment here. I got 2 hours to kill, which is ridiculous. I'm sitting at a park just chilling. But yeah, I had to put one of my animals down, so I've been going through a lot of shit, man. I never realized how attached I was to my little buddy. 20 years of history with that little kitty. He's a fighter, though. He hung on till the end, but once I saw he couldn't walk anymore, I just felt too bad and felt guilty keeping him alive for my sake. You know, it's like if he wanted any kind of peace, it wasn't going to be dragging himself around, and you know, he stopped going on the litter box. So it was like, yeah, it's just time. But luckily, I have another cat that's super lovable, and so he's been helping. But I'm gonna get another kitty. There's a black cat, so I'm gonna get another black cat. I'm gonna name it Shadow, which was my other cat's name. He got cremated. I got to pick up the remains today or tomorrow. He was individually cremated, and he's got a little urn to put his ashes in. A little plaque with the date stating when he was born and when he passed away, and a tuft of his hair, and I got his whiskers. So I'm gonna make a little place, maybe a little kitty cat bed, and I'll put all his stuff in there so I can always look and remember. Like, at least I got him with me so I can take him if I end up moving out of where I live. I was worried about burying him where I live and then moving out. So I was going to bury him with my parents, and my ex-girlfriend, she was like, no, you ain't burying him in the fucking cold dirt. And it's like, I didn't want to do that, but man, it was $500 to have him see the doctor, to euthanize him, and to cremate him. So yeah, it was $500 I just had to come up with, and luckily I got people that care and help chip in. I was able to get him cremated. So And pick my little buddy up here in the next day or two, and I'll bring him home where he belongs. Man, this strawberry milkshake slamming. Yes, I got some freaking doctor's appointment at 3:30. Been arguing with them motherfuckers too, because they were like, called last week, said, "Oh, Keith, your insurance doesn't cover your doctor anymore, and the other insurance that you have isn't on the list of doctors that are acceptable with the insurance." So I'm like, all right. So I called my insurance company last week. They tell me, yeah, your doctor is on the list. I'm like, all right. And they're like, well, let's call them and see what's going on. So insurance company calls them. They felt leery about talking to the insurance company, so they called me, told me my appointment's on. Don't worry about it. I don't know who you talk to, but yeah, come on in. I don't know why somebody leave you that voicemail. And I was confused. I'm like, maybe I have another doctor that I didn't know had the same last name as my family doctor. So I just ignored it. And yesterday I ended up getting a phone call from my family doctor. It's like, did you get my message last week about your appointment being canceled? I'm like, wait a minute. I just talked to somebody from your office and you said their appointment's still on. Oh, you never talked to me. I'm like, well, I know I didn't talk to you, but somebody I talked to and they said, just come on in. And they're like, no, you don't have insurance. Well, so I fucking fought, and finally there's some problem with my doctor's office. I kept telling them I got insurance. I don't know why the fuck you would tell me I don't have insurance, but what's up, Doll in the Shed? Doll in the Shed. 11 p.m. No, it's I think it's like 1:30 p.m. Yeah, so we're about what? About 9-10 hours of time difference. But you in India, hell yeah, that's cool. I like when people from other countries stumble onto my lives. Yep, I'm just a common man in the world trying to make it here in the United States of Great America, I guess you want to call it. America's great at certain times, but other times it sucks. There's all these people fishing. That's funny. These old people and shit. What's this dude doing? I'll let you guys see where I'm at. Cool little state park. Nice little place to chill before I go see my doctor. Doctor's like only like right across the street, so walk down to Dairy Queen, give me a milkshake, and sit and relax. Then I got to go after my doctor's appointments to the store, get all my food for tomorrow night. I've never camped 2 nights in a row. Haven't been able to because of my health issues with my one animal. I had to be there at least one day. I could be gone, but I mean at the most I could be gone is one day. But now my other cat's pretty independent, so I can set him up for a couple days. And he'll be a-okay. Hope everybody's having a nice day. It's a beautiful day out. A little bit chilly, but tomorrow it's like, I think it's probably like in the upper 40s, maybe lower 50s right now. And tomorrow's supposed to be in the 70s, so hell yeah. I was going to go camping on Monday, but it was in the 30s and it got into the 20s at night. I'm like, nah, man, I'm done with that winter shit. I already camped enough during this winter. I'm ready for the springtime temperatures at least, and it'd be nice if they would stay around instead of we get 70-degree weather one day, almost 80, and then the next day it's snowing. You need to put more strawberry stuff in that milkshake. I'm watching this dude. He's got a string. I don't know if he's magnet fishing or what he's doing. Yeah, he's magnet fishing. That's kind of cool. Dude's magnet fishing. Nope, I'm not Chandra's dad. Don't have no kids. That was one of the worst decisions I ever made in my life. I should have had at least one kid, even if it was a girl. I don't care. It'd been nice to have somebody to watch grow. Instead, I got my animals. I'm gonna get me a little kitten. Now my other cat passed away, so I'm anticipating that stage where you got about 2 years of your animal imprinting on you, and kittens get crazy for the first couple of years. Do a lot of playing. My other cat's about 3, and he plays all the time. But nope, I'm not Mr. Chandler's dad. But I know Mr. Beast. He's my dude, man. We hang out all the time. That's pretty cool watching these little kids fish. Reminds me of when I was a little kid. I used to love fishing when I was a little kid. And as a matter of fact, this park that I'm in right now, no, it's a different park. I was going to say my grandma and grandpa used to bring me here. I think they have brought me here when I was a little kid for a fishing tournament. The water's weird. It's like super, super bright green. It's weird how you go. Like I had my grandma and grandpa had a house that was on this lake that used to be a strip pit. They just kept digging and digging and digging until there was just nowhere else to dig, and then everybody that was on the outskirts of the quarry that they were digging in all of a sudden have lakefront property. So all of a sudden my grandma and grandpa have lakefront property. I'm like, hell yeah, sir. Fuck me, for probably 4, 5, 6 years I was out there fishing all the time. Basically camp, like I go camping all the time. I was going fishing back then. I loved having access to a lake that was stocked with all kinds of big fish, walleye, tons of perch, catfish, gigantic turtles. I mean, I've seen them all. Biggest bass, biggest catfish, biggest perch, biggest bluegill, biggest everything I've ever caught is out there. I have 11-inch, I think it was an 11-inch bluegill. That's long. That's a big ass bluegill. 1 inch short of a foot. And bass I caught out there, I usually just use a fish with bobber and hook or a fish on the bottom. Seems like getting my best results. I mean, I got some fake lures I use, but usually I just fish on the top or use a little bobber and a hook and throw like 2 hooks on there, a little weight at the very end of your line, and then a good bobber. I don't think this dude would find too much magnet fishing in here. I think you'd be better off doing that in like a creek or something, opposed to a pond that probably nobody's ever threw anything in. Place is super clean. Now you got nobody in here. I'm talking to myself. I feel like a fucking idiot when I do that. Oh well, I don't care. I will continue to talk to myself. Yeah, now I got some people in here. Letting you guys scope out my view. Sitting in a state park, burning up about 2 hours. Sitting here with nothing to do. Oh, I see the little purple flowers starting to pop up. Springtime is right around the corner. Yeah, it's the first person I ever seen mag fishing. But I like seeing kids doing constructive things, getting out of the house instead of being cooped up, sitting in the room playing video games or sitting on a computer all day. Life's fun, getting out there and enjoy it. I mean, we're only here for so long. Life is a gift and doesn't last forever. I think the most valuable thing to me now is life experiences and friendships, family. I mean, I like my video games. I like my nice TV. I like all the niceties of life, but just the basic things make me happy. Just getting out, doing some camping. That's where I'll be tomorrow. I'll get out there probably around 8 o'clock in the morning. And I might do a 2-night camping trip. I just have to conserve battery life. I got a portable battery pack where I can charge my phone. It's like 3 times. But that'd limit my use of watching YouTube or going live and shorts, stuff like that. The kid caught a little itty bitty fish. That's fucking hilarious. So proud showing his dad. At least the kid's respectful. Is not magnet fishing around those people that are really like doing regular fishing. It's funny. Dad takes his kids fishing. They don't even, usually the dad don't even have time to fish because either taking the fish off the hook for your kid or putting new bait on it, getting the kids unsnagged. You'd have to wear some serious boots walking around here. All this goose shit. I don't know what it is about state parks and goose or geese. Probably the fact that people feed them. Usually it's like a 50-50 split between ducks and geese, and I only see a couple of ducks. A couple of them. Ugly ducklings. Yeah, but I can't wait to get out there tomorrow camping. As soon as I step in the woods, it usually it's like a big burden is lifted off my shoulders. Now I don't have to worry about my glasses. The issue with my glasses, fucking people. I swear, I get so sick and tired of me having to do everybody else's job. I was out camping the one night. I was sitting there and I get up to take a piss and I realized my glasses aren't on my face. I'm like, oh, when the hell did I take them off? I'm like, oh, this ain't good at all. So I'm like, oh my god. So I start looking everywhere for my glasses. And I mean everywhere, and I cannot find them. I'm like, oh, that's not good. Well, I guess I lost my glasses. I'm like, son of a bitch, man. I'm like, oh, I have to go through so much bullcrap to get more glasses. It's like Christ, so I keep looking, keep looking. They were the same kind of glasses, the ones I have on. And I find the frames, just this steel part right here. There was no lenses, no side pieces, no rubber pieces. It was right next to the fire, so it either fell in the fire or just got too close and it melted everything that was plastic and acrylic. So I was like without glasses, so I go and call the same place, schedule an appointment. They're like, oh, your insurance just ran out 2 days ago. So I'm like, that's cool. I'm thinking like, I wasn't hearing what she was saying at first, and I'm like, wait a minute, you say my insurance is expired? She's like, yeah, you don't have insurance. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? And it's like the second of the year. She's like, man, there's probably an issue with because of the first of the year, you might want to call your insurance place. So I call my insurance company. They're like, you most definitely have insurance to go there and get your eyes taken care of. They're like, what'd they tell you? And I was like, I just said I don't have insurance. It's expired. And they said, no, you have a different vision place. I don't know. I don't get health insurance where they subcontract work out for eyeglasses. So it's like, I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what the fuck to do. And so they fixed everything on the eye doctor's end. They're like, yeah, okay, we got the right insurance now. No, you don't have a copay. You have such and such amount for new frames. And so I'm like, oh, that's cool. It's like, oh, at least I'll get my glasses now. So I set up my appointment. I go in and see the doctor. Tells me I got like $450 to spend on frames. I have really good insurance. I thought, I'm like, that sounds like a lot more than what they told me on the phone. I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't know nothing about ophthalmologists. You know, how they bill people, how they bill insurance. I don't know nothing about that. I'm just doing what you guys told me to do. So I go out there, I pick my glasses, the same ones I had last time. And everything's all cut and dry. I got transition lenses, so I had to pay an extra $55 for that. That was out of pocket. And then they talked me to pay an extra $25 to get a year's worth of insurance. So if anything happens to my glasses, as far as them getting destroyed, heavy scratches or something like that, they'll replace them. So I'm like, all right, so that's an extra $75 that I spent. So I go home, I'm like, whatever. And I got my glasses, I'm happy. And then I start getting bills in the mail. First bill is $110. That's for seeing the doctor. I'm like, what do you mean? Why am I paying $110 when I had zero copay? So I'm pissed. I call my call my insurance. I'm like, look, these people are sending me bills now after we just sat on the phone and straightened this around. I said, and they're billing me, and they're like, well, I'll call them. And they talk to them. So one bill, the $110 bill, got knocked down to $20 out of pocket. I'm like, oh, that's fucked up. And like, now I'm paying copays for seeing a doctor that I wasn't supposed to have a copay. So, like, whatever. Then I get a bill for $500 and some dollars. I'm like, oh, this is bullshit. So I call my insurance. They're like, oh, it'll probably just take a little time to go through, but just give it a second, and then your insurance will be rebilled, and that bill will go away. And I'm like, all right. So the bill don't go away. All of a sudden, I start getting collection calls from Walmart's Vision Center corporate or whatever, and I finally called back yesterday, and I'm like, listen, man, I don't know what the fuck's going on. They had all the necessary information, but they still proceeded to bill the wrong insurance. I said, now I'm getting all these bills in the mail saying I owe hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I said, this is just, I don't think it's right. I said, they made a mistake on their end as a doctor's office, and now I'm the one paying out of pocket for it. Any job I ever had, if I made a mistake, they're not going to bill the customer. It's going to be either on me, or they'll let it slide, or they'll fire your ass because you made mistakes in the past. So I was mad as fucking. They were like, well, this is corporate that you're talking to. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know I was talking to corporate headquarters. And they're like, no, we're not going to have no issues with you being billed because this ain't right. Call the Vision Center. Tell them what I'm telling you. Bill the right insurance company. And if you're not willing to bill the right insurance company or there's still an issue, call corporate. So I call the Vision Center. I tell them what they told me. They're like, oh, what's going on? I told them what's going on. They're like, oh, that ain't right. Yeah. Well, let me talk to somebody about this. I'll call you right back. It's like, they were like, is that okay? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Dude called me back like 45 minutes later. Goes, hey, I got some good news for you. Your glasses are free of charge. Any charges that were incurred that weren't supposed to be there. We're going to eat those costs. And as a matter of fact, what did you pay us in cash? And I said $75. And he goes, we're going to give you $100 cash. Just come into our office. We'll have $100 waiting for you. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So I get off the phone. And it's like, oh, I cleared up that bill and I'm getting $100 cash. So I was like, that was like the first good thing that's happened since I had to put my cat to sleep, and I was actually happy about that yesterday. So that's one burden off my shoulders. I don't have to worry about my glasses. And I don't like have bills out there that I owe money on to people or businesses or anything like that. I don't like worrying about bills and stuff. I put that part of my life behind me, so I'm responsible and pay all my bills when I'm supposed to, and that way I don't have to worry about shut off notices and evictions and all that kind of crap. Yeah, they definitely need more strawberry stuff in their milkshake. Well, if anybody stumbled on my live that doesn't watch my regular content, if you like the outdoors, I pretty much have most of my channel centered around camping, traveling, that kind of stuff. So, enjoy that kind of stuff. Hey, subscribe to my channel. That little gesture is greatly appreciated. I had to set a goal of how many subs I want to get. I'm already at more than I thought I would get, which isn't a lot, but it's still something. I gotta go home, get all my stuff ready for tomorrow. I gotta make some boom booms for the camping trip. So I can blow some stuff up. Kaboom! Been camping behind this one pizza joint. The first firework I lit off back there that I made behind that place. Oh man, after that I was like, nope, I'm waiting until that place closes because I'm not gonna end up having a freaking cop show up, because they will get pissed off about lighting off fireworks in the middle of the freaking night, even though you are allowed to set them off in our state. Smoke a bowl, but I can't pack my shit up right here. I'd have to walk back there to the pavilion. I should have went back there to begin with. I looked over to my right. I forgot that's where I used to work. Fuck them assholes. I blew my knee out jumping off a loading dock when I was homeless. And that triggered all kinds of issues with my fucking knee. I couldn't walk on it for long periods of time. I couldn't stand on it. I was in bad shape. I mean, they immobilized it the first time I went and seen a doctor. Put me on some. I think they put me on pain pills. Just kind of sent me on my way, and it's like, well, that didn't fix the problem. So then I go and I see a doctor, and he looks at it, then he just starts looking at other shit. And I'm like, that's why I'm here. Don't just work on the knee. I'm not. I don't care about my back. I don't care about any of this other shit. And he's like, why are you taking this medicine? How long have you been taking that? I'm like, see, I've been on that medicine probably 12 years, 11, 10, 11, 12 years. Oh, that's ridiculous. You shouldn't be on that kind of medication. It's like, fuck you, dude. You don't even know me. You've seen me for what, 4 or 5 minutes, and you're already forming opinions on what I should take and shit. Fuck you if you got personal opinions or feelings about different types of medication that you personally just won't give them to people. Yeah, I'm not talking pain pills or anything like that. I'm just talking regular shit. Asked him how long I was on my asthma inhaler. I've been on an asthma inhaler since I was a child. Oh, they got to do something for you. You shouldn't be on that. How many times are you using that a day? So now I got an orthopedic doctor asking me about about my asthma, and it pissed me off. I was like, because he's like, I can't give you any medicine like that. Or I was like, well, dude, I don't know what the fuck you mean. I ain't got no medicine that's gonna get you high. It's like, why are you treating me like I'm some drug seeking fool? Like, I'm the exact opposite. I don't even want medicine. I just want to get surgery on my knee so I don't have to deal with these knee problems. That's all I wanted. I had to see a family doctor first to give me a referral to an ortho doctor, so that's why I was there. I wasn't there for my asthma issues or any of the other problems that I have. Some doctors are just quacks. They actually have their a god image. Their final word, what they say is the final word. But I mean, there are doctors out there that do care. But now it's more or less like you're just a number. There's no personal care like there used to be. I mean, some of my doctors, I mean, still know my first name basis. My pharmacy, I've been going there for over 20 years. So, I mean, if I went in there and had to co-pays for all my meds and told them, hey, can I just pay the next time I come in? They would gladly do that. I went down there the one day to get all my meds, and for some reason my insurance wasn't going through like it should. And they're like, it isn't just a you problem. It's like a lot of people have already been here and we're having the same issue. I'm like, that sucks. And she's like, well, I'm going to give you a couple days worth of medication to get you by until we get this straightened around. But just hang tight. We'll get this figured out for you, Keith. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Thank you. They didn't have to do that. Forgot to shave. Usually I go clean shaven at my doctor's appointments. But now I can go live a lot more often, camping. I can do tons of shorts. I redid my payment on my phone. I was paying like $35 a month for unlimited talk text, and they said data, which was bullshit. You only got like 10 gigs of high speed data. And every hour that you watch on YouTube at 1080p is 4 gigs. And it's like I'm always counting my minute, counting my data, counting this. And I was getting sick and tired of it. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go with this unlimited data plan. So then I can get online and be online for as much as I want. That's the only thing I got to worry about is battery consumption. Yeah, where's my regulars, man? Where's my people? Where's my peeps at? My magnet fishing is you can actually get change. Because ain't like people are throwing silver and shit like that, gold in here. shit, you'd probably be best over this little pavilion that's out on the water. You'd be more likely to find something there than all these other places. But it's like I like seeing kids and teenagers and shit out doing things other than being cooped up indoors all day. But shit, since everybody kind of bounced and it's the middle of the day, everybody's busy, but maybe I'll come back live later. I'm gonna just make a little video while I'm sitting here, and so I can post that later when I get home. But if y'all stop by for my live, I want to say thank you. I appreciate the traffic. I appreciate the new subscribers. Hitting that like button. I mean, I appreciate that too as well. Showing the love like y'all show me sometimes. It's greatly appreciated. Especially when you're going through a rough patch in life, it's nice to have some support. I actually got a lot more support from me having to put my cat to sleep than I thought I would, and that actually brought a tear to my eye. People might think that's corny, or that's even corny to mourn something as small as a cat. But man, I'm telling you, when you got like an animal, I don't care what kind of animal it is, in your life for 20 years, that's some history. Especially when through thick and thin, it's not like just been all good and gravy. And there was some rough patches in my life for sure. I think there was 2 years where my ex had my cat. Might have been closer to 2.5 years, but I was just gonna kind of leave him there because he was being loved. Yeah, it was a good home. It wasn't being neglected. But after I moved into my apartment and I knew that I could have animals, I was just like, yeah, it's time for me to bring home my kitty. So I brought him home. It was like, no, never skipped a beat. Came home, just got on my lap, like, oh, my dad, I'm so glad I'm with my dad again. He was such a cute cat, little black kitty. He'd get on my lap all the time. And it was funny, back in the day, he was so scared of my TV and knew if I heard my Xbox click on, beep, beep, a little beep noise when it kicks on, he would have, as soon as you heard the beep, stare at the TV. And as soon as he seen the TV turn on, he was gone. He's like, man, fuck this shit. I play my games a little bit loud. So it's like, he didn't understand that, all these explosions and, people being loud and talking, that wasn't nothing to be scared of. So towards the end of his life, he changed. He was more he didn't care about the TV. As long as he was sitting on my lap, he was happy. So he was real sensitive to sounds that he didn't know. But he was my little buddy. I'm gonna miss him. So I guess I kind of dedicate this live to him, since it's the first time I went live since he passed away, which was 2 days before Easter. First Easter in 20 years, my little buddy wasn't with me, so I knew on Christmas he wasn't going to make it to the next Christmas because he was in bad shape, and I kept telling everybody about, like, man, he's in bad shape. He's having a hard time walking. His back legs, for some reason, his hips went out, so his back legs were like pigeon-toed. They weren't straight like most cats are. And I never seen that happen in a cat my entire life. So seeing him like that was kind of upsetting me, and I knew he was going to start having problems getting around at some point because of how bad it was getting. It was like, when I noticed he was getting pigeon-toed within a few months, he was completely pigeon-toed, and then just progressively got worse. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he broke his paw the night I took him in, the night before I took him in to be put to sleep. He was on my lap, and I was petting him, and I was like, oh, it's probably the last few times he's going to be on my lap. And he jumps off my lap like he normally would and hit the ground. I mean, he just laid on his side, didn't move. And I'm like, oh, no. I'm like, why did you do that? And I got up and tried to help pick him up, and his front paws were bent. He couldn't straighten them out. And I was like, oh, my God, he broke his paws. So, yeah, it was a rough time watching him suffer like that. So I pray I did the right thing. And anybody that's put an animal down, they always have them doubts, like maybe this wasn't the right thing to do. But I think when your animal is to the point where it physically cannot walk anymore and has started going to the bathroom outside of the litter box, and it hasn't ate anything in like 4 or 5 days. Even I give him expensive food, that Shiva stuff that was about $1.50, $2 for a little pack to feed him. So I was going through about $40 to $50. I'd say closer to $50 to $60 worth of cat food just for that. My one cat, the old cat, and then the litter, his kidneys were shutting down, so he was peeing like a lot. He would drink a shitload of water and he'd just piss it right out. So that's one of the reasons I had to be home, because he was peeing so much. But I was going through $15 worth of litter a week. That's $110 savings basically I'm going to save every single month. I'd rather him be here and pay that extra money, but I didn't realize how much I was spending really until I started looking at the big picture. I'm like, wow, I was spending a lot of money on my little dude. But I tried to make him as comfortable as I could. I tried to spoil him. I gave him treats out the ass. I hope he's looking down from kitty cat heaven on me, smiling and say, I love you, Dad. I'm done getting all mushy about my kitty. So you guys want to stop by tomorrow night about 9ish, I'll go live when I'm camping. And you guys want to hang out and shit, feel free to stop on by and chill. Little chill sessions, man. That's all it is. But I will see you guys tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon. And I hope you all have a blessed day. Stay safe, pick up that phone, call somebody you love, man. Even just to say hi makes you feel good when you talk to somebody you love, and just even if it's for 5 minutes. But until the next adventure, the next live, next short, or whatever, I want y'all to stay, like I say, blessed. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Love, peace, chicken grease.